Hi everyone, I'm your home cook Zui. Today we are going to make pesto veggie pizza. For detailed recipes with measurements, check out my website. The link is in the description below. Don't forget to give a thumbs up if you like this video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe and hit the bell icon for notifications. Without spending any more time, let's check out the ingredients for this recipe. To make the pizza, we will need to make the dough first. For making the dough, we will need all-purpose flour 3 cups, salt 1 tablespoon, water and milk mixture. So I have taken 1 cup of water and added 1/4 cup of milk to it. Then we will need yeast 2.5 teaspoons, sugar half tablespoon, and then 3 tablespoons of oil. So let's start with activating the yeast first. To activate the yeast, here I have taken water and milk mixture, like I said, 1/4 cup of milk and then added 1 cup of water to it. Now heat up this mixture in microwave for about 30 to 40 seconds to warm the mixture. We want the mixture to be just above the room temperature, not too hot and not too cold. So let's warm up the mixture in the microwave. So after heating up the mixture for about 30 seconds, I'm going to add 2.5 teaspoons of yeast to it. And then to activate this yeast, I'm going to add about half tablespoons of sugar. Mix the mixture and then keep it aside for about 3 to 4 minutes until the yeast is completely activated. Once the yeast is activated, there will be a foamy layer on top of this mixture. That's how you will know that the yeast is completely activated. It took about 5 minutes to activate this yeast. You can see a thick foamy layer on top of this mixture. This indicates that the yeast is activated. So now let's make the dough for the pizza. So here I have taken 3 cups of flour in a big bowl. Now I am going to add 1 tablespoon of salt in it and then around 2 tablespoons of oil. Give it a mix. Then add the activated yeast in this flour. Add the yeast mixture in small quantities so that the dough won't become too much sticky. Now using your hands, knead a soft dough from this mixture. After kneading the dough, apply a few drops of oil to the dough and to the bowl so that it won't stick to the bowl once it rises. The dough will almost double in size in about 40 to 45 minutes. Cover the dough with a plastic wrap or a tight lid and let the dough rest for about 45 minutes or until the dough is double in size. Place the dough in a warm place. While the dough is resting, let's see what other ingredients we are going to need to make this pizza. So I'm going to use this veggies as my toppings, but of course you can replace this veggies with your choice of veggies or your choice of meat, like chicken or pepperoni or any other kind of meat. So today I'm going to use some onions, tomato, black olives, pineapple chunks, green bell pepper, and then some paneer or cottage cheese. Then of course we are also going to need some cheese here because pizza cannot be complete without cheese. So I'm going to use some shredded mozzarella for this pizza recipe. You can of course replace this with your choice of cheese like Parmesan cheese or any other kind of cheese. So we will also need some seasoning for this pizza. I'm going to use garlic powder, oregano powder, Italian seasoning, then crushed red pepper, or you can also call it as red chili flakes, and then some salt. The other important ingredient that we are going to need for this pizza is cilantro pesto. I'm going to make cilantro pesto at home, but if you want, you can use the store-bought cilantro pesto or also you can replace it with basil pesto. To make pesto, we will need some cilantro with stems, garlic cloves with skin on. I'm going to take around 5 garlic cloves here, and then Serrano chili. I'm going to take 1 Serrano chili. If you want, you can replace it with Indian green chili, but Indian green chilies are much more spicier, so adjust the spiciness as per your requirement. Then we're also going to need poblano chili. Now poblano chili might not be available in all parts of the world. So if you don't find this poblano chili, then you can use bell pepper or capsicum or any big chili that is not that spicy. So I have removed all the seeds of this chili so that it won't be that spicy for the pesto. We will also need some black pepper, around half teaspoon, salt, half tablespoon. Then we will need 4 to 5 tablespoons of oil, preferably olive oil. If you don't have olive oil, then you can use vegetable oil, and then lemon juice around 2 tablespoons. So to make cilantro pesto, first you will need to roast the poblano pepper on direct heat. If you have flammable burners, then roast the poblano directly on the flame. But if you have coil burners like I have, then you can roast it on the pan like this. Along with the poblano peppers, add 4 to 5 garlic cloves with skin on, and then serrano pepper or regular Indian dark chili on the pan. Now roast everything until the skin of this pepper and garlic looks dark in color and the skin can be easily separated. So let's roast this pepper and garlic, and then I will show what to do next. Once the pepper and garlics are roasted, cut the poblano in half and remove as much as skin as you can. Once all the skin of poblano is removed, chop the poblano into big chunks like this and then put it in a blender jar or a food processor. Similarly, remove the stem and skin of the serrano as well. Chop it into half, and if you don't want your pesto to be spicy, just remove all the seeds. Put it in the blender jar. Similarly, remove the skin of the garlic as well. Put it in the blender jar. Then, along with the pepper and garlic, add cilantro to the blender jar. Add salt, black pepper, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and then around 4 to 5 tablespoons of oil. Blend everything into a nice fine paste. A nice and smooth pesto sauce is ready for our pizza. You can make this pesto sauce ahead of time and then refrigerate it for about 4 to 5 days. Don't add any water while making this pesto, because if you add water, the shelf life of this pesto will decrease and you won't be able to store it for 4 to 5 days in the refrigerator. So after 45 minutes, the dough has doubled in size. Let's knead the dough and make it into a smooth ball. So now the dough is ready to be rolled out into a pizza. Here I have a 14-inch pizza pan. I have lightly dusted it with some dry flour so that the pizza won't stick to the pan. Dust it lightly with the dry flour and keep it aside. So now you can either roll out the dough with a rolling pin or by stretching it with your fingers. I prefer stretching out the dough with my fingers, but it requires some practice to get that right. So if you are making the pizza for the first time, then roll out the pizza with a rolling pin like this. So I'm just going to put the dough ball on my rolling surface. Dust the dough with some dry flour, and then you can roll it out with a rolling pin like this. You can also use your countertop to roll out the pizza dough. You can just stretch out the pizza dough into a 12 or 14 inch of pizza. If you want to do it with your fingers, just stretch it out and then move it along with your fingers. So I have rolled out the pizza into 14 inch and now we are ready to build the pizza. So to start, let's spread some pesto that we made earlier. After applying a generous amount of pesto to the pizza base, leave some pesto aside so that we can drizzle the remaining pesto on the top of pizza once the pizza is ready. Then add some cheese. Add generous amount of cheese onto the base and then leave some aside so that we can put this cheese on top of the veggie toppings so that the veggie toppings won't fall apart when we are cooking the pizza. Add all the toppings on the pizza. Like I said before, you can add as many as toppings you like on your pizza. Once you have added all the toppings, then add some cheese so that the toppings won't fall apart when we are trying to cut it into the pizza. Now let's add some seasoning onto this pizza. So starting with some salt, then some garlic powder, some Italian seasoning, some crushed red pepper or chili flakes, and then some oregano. Now you can skip any kind of seasoning or you can add any other seasoning as per your preference. Once we are done building the pizza, preheat the oven at 450 Fahrenheit or 230 Celsius, and once the oven is preheated, bake the pizza for about 20 to 25 minutes or until the crust is golden brown and it is well done. After 25 minutes of baking, our pizza is ready to serve. If you want, you can add some more pesto on top of the pizza, or you can serve the pesto on the side while serving the slices. If you enjoyed this recipe, please give a thumbs up and don't forget to share your experience in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe for more delicious recipes. See you all soon with another yum recipe. Until then, eat well and stay safe. Bye bye.